But Mr. Virupakshapa, as I said, is now out on bail. He in fact was hoping for a ticket, was denied it, went back to his constituency where he was given a hero's welcome. I mean, what's the, when you see those images, here is someone who's been caught with large amounts of cash in his house, goes back and gets a hero's welcome, had actually gone in hiding for a few days. I come back to it. You believe this is the exception or the rule?
No, this is where you have posed a very right question, the perception of the people and their attitude towards corruption and corrupt people. It should pain us. It should shock us to such an extent that we should rebel against it. Instead, if you want to celebrate that, if you want to give a hero's welcome to people like that, then it will send a very wrong message to the common man that even when a person is guilty of corruption, is caught with so much of money, you will, for his bail, you will celebrate it. You will give him a hero's welcome. So that is a very, very bad trend, and that should not have been done. That should not be done.
Because when you say rebel, Justice Patil, I want to understand there are a number of citizens, and I know Bengaluru in particular is full of very conscientious citizens who are always lamenting about corruption, whether it is the quality of the roads, whether it's potholes, your BBMP in particular is highly corrupt. Are you telling them, when you say rebel, come out, give specific complaints, and the Karnataka Lokayukta will act on them?
Definitely. That is my invitation. I have been doing that. I am telling the Bangaloreans, I am telling the Kannadigas, Karnataka citizens, not only about these kinds of corruption, other maladministration. We have powers under the Karnataka Lokayukta Act. Any maladministration. What is maladministration? Maladministration is any negligent act on the part of the official concerned, public servant. Any unreasonable delay on his part in attending to the work which he is assigned. Any nepotism, favoritism, any substandard work in discharge of his work as an engineer or any other officer. Hospitals, we have raided, we have inspected about 40 hospitals in Bangalore, government hospitals, and most of them, I have myself inspected Victoria Hospital, and our registrar, our additional registrars, judicial officers along with police have inspected different hospitals and found a very lamenting situation there. Either doctors are not present or required infrastructure is not provided, medicine distribution there is problem. So we have recommended to the government, we have made the secretaries as parties, and some of them have been addressed in such a way. I will tell one example. In Bagalkot district, Hunugund and Ilkal, I inspected government hospitals. One hospital was a 30-bedded maternity hospital, exclusively maternity cases, 30-bedded maternity hospital. For the last 1 year, from the data inspected, preceding year, not even one delivery had taken place there. Poor people gathered there. When I was there, they came, they shouted, and they cried, saying that, how can we take pregnant women from our families to government, other hospitals? 50,000 minimum we have to spend for delivery. And if it is a case of cesarean, then maybe 1 lakh. And what is this government hospital meant for? I found that not one gynecologist was not there, not even one person who can conduct surgery. So for the last 1 year, it was not even one delivery had taken place. I registered the case. I made the health secretary as a party, the district surgeon as a party, and now in Bagalkot district, I visited Bagalkot. This was the first thing on my agenda. In Bagalkot districts, many primary health centers, hospitals, government hospitals, they are now well equipped. There are doctors and patients are happy. And a report is, to that extent I have received a report. So this is one example I am giving. And 43 Sub-registrar's offices in Bangalore. There are 43 sub-registrars in Bangalore, urban and rural. Single day, with all our might, we made a surprise visit and we found so many deficiencies. The third parties, middlemen, having their chair and sitting there as if they are public servants. They are the persons who take the papers and get it registered. A handicapped person was sitting there since morning and her case was not attended. Her registration was not taking place. Whereas the middleman who is bringing dozens of documents, his case is over in 10 minutes, 20 minutes. So our officers found it, caught them, and we have registered cases, given recommendations. Government has come up with government orders that third parties should not enter there. So reforms are taking place. Our intervention is making all the difference. So
that's good to hear, because you've got a lot of, as I said, conscientious Bangalore citizens, the Bangalore task force members, all of whom want to have a better city. I mean, are you telling each one of them that if they have specific complaints, please come to my office, or will you be overwhelmed with such complaints?
Let me get overwhelmed with those complaints. We have our staff crunch, serious crunch, everything is there, but we are prepared to work. We are prepared to work day in, day out. I am working till 9 o'clock. I work up to 6 o'clock in my office. I go home, my staff will come there. 2-3 hours I work again. There again 50-60 files I clear. Here about 150-200 files I clear. And
so
nobody...
you're not short of officers.
I am short of officers. We have 1,668 sanctioned strength. But we are about 600 short. And after the abolition of ACB, about 330 staff have been given to us. That is half of what the ACB had.
But you are still 660 short.
We are still 660 short, and I have constituted a committee, depending on the inflow of the complaints, which has enormously increased now. We have constituted a committee to come up with fixation of strength in each section.